Justice and Correctional Services Minister Michael Masutha surprised many last week when he spoke of his reasons for granting apartheid killer Eugene De Kock parole.
Let's take a look at some of the work that set De Kock free.
Vlakplaas, an isolated and notorious farm, synonymous with state-sponsored murder. Here, trained killers plotted kidnappings, tortures and murders. Today, it's desolate, like the lives so cruelly taken. Only these empty physical structures remain of what was once the prime evil's private rendezvous, and on this side, his team of Askaris' sleeping quarters.
3/4 of the Askaris are already dead. Most of the security police are already dead, if not dying of cancer. They've got Alzheimer's and so on. We've got a very, very small and narrowing window of opportunity to try and get information for the families. It's on that basis that we approached De Kock and said, look, let's try and work on trying to solve some of these cases, and he was willing.
At the height of apartheid, activists simply disappeared. Many bodies were dumped in paupers' graves. Many families still have no closure. Here, the work of science is undaunted, tracing the remains of people killed by De Kock and his bandit army. In this instance, the 21-year-old remains of a former MK operative that De Kock captured and turned into an Askari. When Phemelo Moses Ntelang absconded several times, he was suspected of being a double agent. After killing him, De Kock tried to burn him before burying him.
When I got into the grave, there were stones, very big stones, on top of this blanket which had the remains in them. So it was bent over and we found huge rocks on top of it.
From what we know, regarding his death, there wasn't a lot of trauma to the bone, but that is something that we'll need to confirm as we analyze them.
This team is happy De Kock has been released so that he can help them even more. Without his contribution, they reckon they would not have recovered the 95 activists that they have been able to trace so far.
We just can't be angry forever. We can't say people must rot in jail, but where people show remorse, where people show willingness to assist, I think we need to take the opportunity with two hands.
De Kock's whereabouts are a closely guarded secret. Vuyo Mvogo, SABC News, Johannesburg.